Today we have a food scale. It will not turn on, even though I have a battery in there. I think this should be really simple. So let's give it a try and see what's wrong with this thing. So, Phillips head, screwdriver. Use my bag so that the screw doesn't run away from me. Okay, so I've already tested the battery because I thought that, you know, if I just had to replace the battery, there wasn't really any point in making a video. Here's the multimeter that we got last time. This is a 3-volt battery. That's 3 volts. It's upside down. 3 volts. So it should measure 3 volts. From this is the negative side, this is the positive side. Oh. It's the negative side to the positive side. We have 3.285 volts. So this should be enough voltage for this scale because, well, it was working before with this battery, and also it says here that it requires 3 volts. So for some reason it just stopped working. I don't know if there's any water that got in here. So the way that this works is that there's some metal down here and there's some metal over here, and you put it in like this, and this positive side of the battery is also on the side. So this side is also positive, this is positive, and this little part here is negative. So if we put it in like that, presumably it should be touching the positive to these tabs, and the negative side should be on the bottom, touching the bottom. So this should be enough for it to turn on, but there's nothing. Interesting thing here is that when I test for continuity, which is, I'm going to turn this to resistance and then turn it to, it'll beep if I have a short like that, and presumably any metal should short with itself. This should short, right? But for some reason these metal pieces here don't short. Like it's completely zero. Like there's even if there was like a lot of resistance. Oh, there we go. Okay, see, look, there's a lot of resistance. If I press really hard, then it's good. So my thought is that there's some film or something on this metal that has built up over time, and it's making it so that it can't, you know, can't read the battery. Oh, this piece up here is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little screwdriver here and just scrape this away. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and give it a clean with our cleaner and cotton swabs here. Now I think this sort of cleaning thing might be more effective if I had one of those like bristle things. Let's try it again and see if it will. There we go. It's a little spotty. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's now, seems to be, it's still a little spotty, but it seems to be working better now. We've scraped it up, whatever rust or whatever was building on there. Let's see if it will work now. Put the battery in. Button. Nothing's happening. Okay. I wish I could put the battery in and test to see if the voltage is going from here to there. Obviously the only way to really do that would be to open this up. But I'm not sure how to open this up. Oh, actually. Oh, feet. Screws! Ha! Yeah, there's screws in here. Let's give it a little open up, why not? Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna need a bigger screwdriver for this. So let's go to the store And I'm just going to buy this little pen screwdriver. I could afford to get the iFixit toolkit, but I just don't want to spend that much money all at once yet when I don't know what the problem might be. So here's our pen screwdriver. This little guy has all these different screw bits. It's got flatheads, it's got stars, and it's got different sizes, so it's really cheap. If you look it up, you can get like 4 of these for like $5. So I priced it at $3. That is going to be helpful to get this thing open. Now, this is a food scale. It's a very cheap food scale for weighing food. Like if you were trying to bake, or if you're just trying to weigh things to see how much food is going into something. Or I guess it doesn't have to be food. You can weigh whatever you want on here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it's opening now. But it's still stuck. Why is it stuck? Oh, do I need to... Oh, look at that. Okay, this thing seems to unscrew as well, maybe? Yeah, look, it's unscrewing. There we go. This has always been wobbly. Now I know why. Probably was not fully screwed in. So here is the scale. It's very, very simple. We have a button here, and these are for, this is for changing the unit, this is for turning it on or zeroing it out, and we have a screen, and then this is the actual weighing mechanism here. We've already worked with a scale once before, but it was a human scale and it was far more complicated. I feel like this is going to be less complicated. Let's take the screen off. Okay. Oh, there's my screws. That's all the screws off. Let's, or maybe not. Oh. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this was screwed down to that, and now, oh. This seems to have disconnected from the board. I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this screen from the board, just because if I'm gonna have to solder, I just wanna have as few things that I could potentially break. So we have a lot of screws now. The way that this is supposed to be in here, the positive is on the top and the negative is on the bottom. If we're following conventions, that means that the red one should be attached to here and the black one should be attached to the other guy. So that should be correct. I'm curious. I take a battery. Put it in here. And maybe if I like do this, I'm gonna break something trying to do this, aren't I? Okay, this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna need to solder this. But before we go do any soldering, we need to buy the soldering tools. So let's go to the store. We already bought the soldering flux, and we already bought a little bit of solder. What we didn't buy was the soldering iron kit, and also we're going to buy the solder mat. I also went ahead and bought a pair of wire strippers, because the one that comes in the kit is not very good. So I decided to just buy one of these. It was $3.99 at Harbor Freight. Oh, I need to undo this clasp. So we need to solder this red piece to this tab here. Yeah, because the black one is soldered to that guy over there. So, under this sticky pad. Oh, I need to be careful. There's like glue on top of here. I don't want to solder it to the glue because that won't do anything. I'm going to solder it to the metal under the glue right there. Okay, so let's clean this metal piece here. So this kit comes with a little pair of tweezers here we can use to get some rosin flux. Be really careful because I'm pretty sure this plastic will melt immediately if I touch it. And here is my second attempt at soldering. First time was when we soldered the human scale and it kept falling apart on me. So hopefully this one will stay together. Right, we've got our multimeter on continuity here. Beep. Okay, so if this is done correctly, this should be connected to this. It is! Okay, good. This should be connected to that. It is, okay. It's connected, it's connected. Is it connected well? I don't know, but it is connected. Alright, I'm gonna put this in here and see if anything happens. Not fitting? It's because I deformed the plastic that it's doing that? Maybe. Alright, nothing's happening. I don't think that the battery's touching anything properly. Let's see. Oh! There's 3 volts. 3 volts coming into the board. Look at that. So the battery's in. The battery's working. But it's not turning on. So we've proved that there's voltage coming into the board. The battery's working, the board is working, but still nothing is showing on the screen. What could possibly be wrong? I looked around and I did a lot of measuring and fiddling around, and then the screen fell off, so I put it back on with the plastic thing because those pins have to be lined up exactly for it to work. And then this is what happens. So I guess... Oh, it's on! It's working now. Okay, I'm gonna put this thing back together. All back together, and we're gonna give it a full test and see that it's still working. Okay. It's on! Yes! Where's the... There we go. Now we can weigh things. That zeroes it out. Yes. It works! Yay!